10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
Hi VC, it's Steve here at Value Vinyl. It's Saturday, and I'm like, what am I going to do today for a video? I don't know. Do I even make one? Does anyone even care? Answer is no, nobody really cares. But hey, here's something interesting. My homie Ron Haggerty
Strange.
put up a thread earlier this week.
Strange. Hey guys, Ron here. Welcome to my vinyl sanctuary. Strange. Show albums that are turning 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60 this year. So, strange. Albums from 2000, 1990, 1980, 1970, 1960. So I thought I might do that. Strange.
Talking about it's the year 2020. And what if we were to show our favorite records from the decade years? You know, like from the year 2000, the year 90, the year 80, the year 70, the year 60. So we had a 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 year challenge thing. I'm like, I could do better than that. And so I thought, I'm going to go ahead and pull some records and see what I got and see if I can go newer or older than what he had in his parameters. And I did. I did beat his parameters. And I found my favorite record that I have in my collection from those years. Problem is, I'll let you know right now, I guarantee you I have a shellac from 1920. I guarantee you I have a shellac from 1930. But my problem is I've got like 378s, but because I don't have the ability to play them currently, I haven't cataloged them, organized them, looked at them. They're just sitting there. Sitting there. So we're going to assume I do have them. I don't have them to show. But what I can do is this. We'll start one decade better than him. He started in 2000. I'm going to go to 2010. In the year 2010, this great, look at what it says there, MySpace artist, really, seriously, he goes, the MySpace music phenomenon, Tao Cruz, with Break Your Heart, with Ludacris, 12-inch single from 2010. You guys don't remember, it was this song. Remember this one?
Now I may not be the worst or the best, but you gotta respect my honesty. And I may break your heart, but I don't really think there's anybody as bomb as me. So you can take this chance. In the end, everybody's gonna be wondering how you deal. You might say this is ludicrous, but Tayo Cruz, tell her how you feel.
I'm only gonna break your heart. I'm only gonna break your heart.
Yeah, break your heart. Yeah, good song, 12-inch single. Came across this for $1 over at the Salvation Army. Lucky boy. Next up, we got to go to the year 2000.
All the way to the year 2000.
In the year 2000. You Conan guys will know that one. And of course, Big Pimpin'. Jay-Z. Yeah. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. That was the year 2000. Again, I got this one for 99 cents over at Salvation Army. I had a lucky couple weeks. And this was the best one because this actual haul was just completely water damaged. Almost all of the 12-inch hip-hop singles were just the record, and the labels themselves were kind of mushy on a lot of them. But hey, this one was not too bad. Remember that?
Check 'em out now. We doing big pimpin', we spending cheese. Check 'em out now. Big pimpin' on BLADs. We doing big pimpin' up in NYC. It's just that Jigga Man, Pimp C and BUMB. Yo, yo, yo.
Okay. So, we've gone back 20 years to the year 2000. We got to go back 30 years to the year 1990. What record in my collection is my favorite? Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I made this a little bit of a challenge for myself because honestly, Flood from They Might Be Giants came out in 1990. I could have went to all my major artists. You know, it's like, hey, Ron, what's your favorite record from a year? And then he always shows you the Overkill record. Like, okay, dude, step it up a notch. So this is what I did. I decided no Herb Alpert, no, you know, of my major collections that I have that you would expect. No Cat Stevens. No, because yes, Cat Stevens had a record in 1980 and 1970. No, I'm going to go for records that I've either not shown as much or they mean a lot to me that, you know, I haven't shown recently and is not part of my major collection. So for 1990, I picked Bad Company Holy Water because it's an awesome freaking album. Top to bottom, inside, outside. I love all the tracks on it, and it has a lot of sentimental memories to it. 1990, Bad Company Holy Water. Sounds like this.
All this temptation, we can't see what's for right. It's a new sensation. You know, I'm blinded by the light. Feels like I'm walking on holy water. Feels like I'm walking on sacred ground, baby. Feels like I'm walking on holy water. Every time you come round.
So now we gotta go back to 1980. The reason I picked this one from 1980 is when I was listening to it, because I wasn't familiar that much with the band. I knew their hits. Everybody kind of knows their hits. But I hadn't heard this record yet. And when I put it on, I put on the first song in side one, I made a stop for a second. If you guys have heard in the news, Dave Mustaine isn't doing very well. The one of the founders of Metallica, lead singer and songwriter, mainly for Megadeth. When I heard the first song of theirs on side A, I'm like, did Dave Mustaine listen to these guys? At least this album and that song? Because it totally sounds like him. And that is Malice in Wonderland, Nazareth. Here, let me play the song up here. And seriously, listen to the lead vocalist and be like, yeah. And then think like long red ginger hair and gritting your teeth like, hello me, meet the real me. Yeah, think of that while you're listening to that.
Right red, from looking in one direction, no fly out in his bed. He's got all your well protection, just had to be a blind dog, chewing on everything. Took his life.
So now we got to go back to 1970. The year 1970, I loved Rare Earth Ecology. I got like 4 records of Rare Earth now. And becoming a fan. I'm liking I don't have tons of, there's a lot of this genre of the progressive rock, stoner rock, classic rock. I'm collecting some. I'm getting some more, getting more exposure to it. But this is good stuff. Look at that. So from 1970, record I picked that I liked, I really liked this Rare Earth Ecology. It was good.
A reflection of a face I see.
Sheep, 3 sheep, black sheep, 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep, black sheep, 1 sheep, 2 sheep.
So now we go back 10 more years to 1960. What do I got from 1960? Well, I could show my Harry Belafonte I got that's from 1960. That's a good one. But I'm like, let's go one step a little obscure. How about a person that sang with Harry Belafonte that she actually uses Harry Belafonte's singers on? And that is Miriam Makeba. This is from 1960, and it even says on the back, with the Belafonte folk singers, guitars by Perry Lopez, She does a great job of House of the Rising Sun on here from the Animals. Beautiful voice. If you've not heard the Miriam Makeba album, I highly recommend it. It is phenomenal. Great job on this. It was a great discovery for me.
Miriam Makeba was born in Johannesburg. She was the first of the great singers from her country to bring South African music to the world. In 1959, she began a world tour, and when she attempted to return home, 1 year later, she was refused readmittance. She's been in political exile now for 27 years. They call her Mama Africa, the Queen of South African music, Miriam Makeba.
So then, I got to go back 10 more years. 1950. I don't have to quite go to shellacs yet for 1950. Because late in 1949, last few months, and then going into 1950, was when the very first vinyl records, 7-inch, were pressed. And so I could use my collection of 7-inch original 45s for 1950, because it wasn't a full year 49 when they were made. They started in 49, but the last couple months. It was the first year 1950 when they came out. So I got that for 1950. So 1940, I do have a record, shellac, because I did start my collection. I just can't find it. So I'm going to go ahead and put up a Discog here, picture of this record here. I do have that in my collection, and it has been cataloged, but it's mixed in with all the others. So, but I do know I have one from 1940. So there. I did you a little better, Ron. I tried. Also, in your honor, I realized that my Herb Alpert wall with the whipped cream, my whipped wall, I had missed one. Because remember, I got the Thai import bootleg. So that got added to the wall. That's something Andy Borders doesn't have. Take that, Borders. Yeah, you may have an 8-track or a cassette, but I got a Thai bootleg. It's on clear orange Jolly Rancher color. Yeah, so I'll beat you, Andy. And also, in your honor, Ron, I decided to do the rest of my wall in honor of El Herbo. And this side of the wall, I've started with his first record, and I'm going through in chronological order. I've included my Thai import bootlegs along with the regulars. I'm also including my monos and stereos together. But now I have, and even my foreigns, I got my Alpert wall. Now that doesn't look classy. That does look classy. Hey, a little Herb Alpert trivia for you. Herb Alpert's Lonely Bull, his first record that came out, was on mono. And Fine and Jim Dandy was mono. But it was right around the time where some people were like, hey man, I got one of those new fandangled stereo players. Can you make me a stereo version? And they did. They pulled out and they did the funky remixing and made it look like crap, sound like crap stereo. But here's the thing. They did not have the right record sleeves for a stereo release. So what they did was this. And this is kind of rare. Not all of them have this. It's only the very first run of the very first printings of his very first album that you get lucky enough. And they're not easy to find, and they can be a little pricey. But what you see here is, on the back, I'll pull it out so you guys can see it. Just a little stupid trivia. You'll notice at the bottom here, let me get my camera in a better position. And notice that it says AM01. Just AM01. This back to the record is the mono back. They did not go through the effort to try to create a brand new back for the record for the very first print and first run. They didn't have time. People wanted them. They're like, we got those. Just go with it. Run with it. But then on the front, they put this on the shrink where it says stereo. And yes, this one's still on the shrink. And if you go down here, you'll notice it does say, come on, zoom. Yeah, it does say 101S for stereo. So if you can find Herb Alpert Lonely Bull, and you look on the back, you may have a mono cardboard with a sticker on front, because this is just a sticker front. They're kind of cool. Lucky me, I don't have just that one. I also have this one. Still in the shrink also. And this one again is a mono back, sticker front. Because I'm a Herb Alpert collector and I'm a completist. And if I see something I don't have I want, I get it. And if it's super duper rare and special, which this one is, I came across 2 of them. So, there we go. That's for you, Ron, because you inspired me to start my whipped wall. And here is my whipped wall, courtesy of Ron Haggerty. Thank you much. You need to get her filled up. Take care, guys. Peace out. Have a great weekend. Watch this video. Like it if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't like it. Ask me if I care. I sure as hell don't. Have a good day. Week, life, month, week, year, whatever. Well, before you guys say, hey, by the way, you have a lot of Herb Alpert on that Herb Alpert wall over there. I had to get rid of a lot of them from there, man. I got this 4-sider. I've got his solo works. I got a 12-inch single, more solo. I got compilations. I got this cool one with the human second. Oh, man, this human is awesome. Beyond, another solo. I got a huge box set of 5 discs. Another compilation. More solo. I need more record walls to put more records for display. Because I got a lot of records I gotta have anyway, so. Cross my fingers, tax time. Hopefully I get 2 more of these wall units. Where I'm gonna put them, I don't know. But I gotta put up the rest of my Herb Alpert records for the world to see, right? Right.
Jesus loves me, this I know. For